Oh yeah, we're back. Let's not forget the Lillys route. Ah man. And I really don't know how to do her route, so I'm using a flowchart. I don't remember the voices. Oh man, right. It's not open either though. Just barely. I skipped it here right before we entered the room. It would make sense for the library door to be invitingly open, while this one is not quite that. It's good enough. At the very least, it means that someone is inside and I can ask for directions, no matter how embarrassing that is. I gently push on the center of the door with my fingertips, every muscle in my arm ready to pull back at a moment's notice. I picked this part because this part is what sets you on the path. So, you know, the door slowly creaks as if groaning from a deep sleep, though it is much easier to open than I'd anticipate. Leaning over and poking my head ever further inside to gain sight of the room as fast as possible, the meek "hello" on my lips is quickly snatched away. Hey, Lily! Oh man, I haven't played this game in so long. I haven't played this game in so long. This, not as I was expecting. This is not what I was expecting. I mindlessly let the door open to its full extent, taking inside the solitary figure taking center stage in the otherwise abandoned room. The situation steals my voice, leaving me alone today and staring at the the cringe. I can't read those words. Cringe. Even if taking the time to assess the situation, the girl gently puts down her teacup and opens her eyes but doesn't look at me. Hello there, may I help you? I don't remember the voices. Oh, staring open in front of herself, the marina village seems to break the silence rather than the words. However, it's the soft, measured voice that reminds me she's being separate from the room itself. Not only is she likely the tallest girl I've ever laid eyes on, but even among the foreigners I've met, she's strikingly distinct. Hi, sorry for intruding, I was just kind of lost. She takes a moment to formulate a response before speaking, a reaction she takes furiously carefully choreographed beforehand. Care to take a seat? I can't do the voice. I'm stuck there to say I'm intruding upon her. Thanks. I'll be right back to practice. You know what? I don't care, I'll do what I do. Even though hers and Hanako's voice may sound the same. The way she doesn't track my moves with her head is telling that, and the slight cloudiness in her eyes means she must be at least partially blind, like Kenji. Come to think of it, her voice doesn't have any detectable accent either. I guess she must be half Japanese. As I take my seat, her composure takes me slightly off guard. Her air of relaxed confidence makes the silence entirely uncomfortable. The calming atmosphere is relative from the student council office. I take it that you're a new student to Yamako. How will you say it? Yeah, just transferred in yesterday. She has a distinct feeling my speech patterns almost the formality of hers, accentuated by her restrained bow of greeting, one which I hasten to match before realizing the futility of the action. I'm Lillys Atao. Pleased to meet you. Hisao. Hisao Nakai. She gives a nod before gesturing roughly in the direction of her teacup. No, my flowchart. No, what happened? Would you care for a drink? Hello, mate. Wait, she's Scottish. Sure. Much as it pains me, I can't keep steep of a formality in the proceeding. She gives a kind nod, taking the request in stride. Without another word, she steps off the chair and prepares a second cup of tea from a collection of supplies laid out along a shelf. A brush here, a brush there, her left hand often lightly touching the side of whichever container she's pouring into. Seems to be a process she's followed dozens of times before. Slightly sideways to see around her back, she seems to use her long, dainty fingers to measure the right amount of water in the cup. It's one thing to see the different disabilities the students in my class have, but it's quite another to see how everyone seems to adapt. Shizune and Misha have no problem working together to communicate to me, and Lily herself seems to have worked around for problems I never thought of. While I feel slightly guilty about her doing the work, she seems pleased to have followed the correct process of the offer of preparing the drink. So, soft voice breaking out of my silent observance. Which room were you looking for? It's not often this classroom is visited after school. The school library. Shizune, some classmates told me it was on this floor. She finishes pouring water into the teacup as she nods. A small metallic tapping from the teacup indicating it being stirred.
I'm aware of Miss Hakamichi, as are most students. To be with them means you're in class 3-3, no?
That's right, in the science room with Butao. Science. She gives a small giggle before setting down a teaspoon and slowly walking towards the table, teacup and saucer in hand.
He's quite a character. I imagine you'll come to like him. Most do.
As she sets down a tea, I gently take it and have a sip. I'm really more of a coffee person, but this seems like a rather bad moment to bring it up. I know, my school district does have a uniform, but it's, elementary to middle school, and it's navy blue shirt, polo shirt, I think, and khaki pants, both. I don't get it. And I think the high school petitioned against it, so they can wear whatever they want. There's some limitations, of course. But yeah, we don't have like anything like this. Thank God, I can't put on a tie. No, I can't try. What was I gonna say? Oh, and another thing is, of course, the dorms, because it's just sort of private school-ish. And as we don't have back then we used to have free lunch period. We can go out and buy some food and come back. We don't have that anymore. Kinda sucks. And I'm just a freshman, what do I know? But yeah. Nonetheless, this smells quite nice. How do you think it'd be hard to choke down? Thanks, Atao. It tastes really nice. She smiles and quickly waves her hand in front of her face.
Lily, please. There's no need to be too formal.
Because this is America, we don't have to. But wait, this takes place in Japan. I guess I should try and ask her about herself, as it really does seem as if she's catering to me. So which class are you from? I imagine it's one of the third-year classes.
Correct. I'm in class 3-2, which is on the 3rd floor. Same as yours. It's taught by Miyagi and is specifically for both blind and partially blind students.
I see. Sorry. I feel like slapping myself for the faux pas. Looking at her face though, she doesn't seem in the least bit put off by it.
My, there's no need to change the speech on my account.
Sure, sorry, I guess I'm really showing my newness here. I would've said I'm really showing my newbie side here.
Environment like this would be a big change, so I can't fault you for it. While the same can't be said for everyone, many have come to terms with their conditions.
I read like way too much fanfic on this game. Category which include her seems all too ready to jump ship from this particular topic as they go into another. Do you come here to drink tea often? It's a really nice place. Thinking on that, this might be her version of the place behind my school that I like to have lunch at.
I come here fairly often during lunch times. My duty as class representative don't leave enough time for an official club, so Fun and I use this room for having tea.
Class representative, huh? Compared to Shizune, her mannerisms seem to be completely opposite. While Shizune is blunt and fiercely driven, Lily seems relaxed and calm, almost aloof. Come to think of it, she might be useful for a less biased view of the school's club.
What kind of clubs are there to join? The most popular ones are the track and field club, which uses the field near the school during lunch times, the baseball club, and the book club in the room near the library.
I never really plan on joining any clubs. Like, my favorite subjects are science and history. Nah.
There are also numerous small ones too, those such as the arts and music clubs.
At a time when I'm just wanting to get my feet, rushing to a club right away seems like slightly unappealing. I wonder if the school shares the same way as my old one. Is it compulsory to join a club?
It isn't though. It isn't, though it is encouraged.
Ah, good, that's a relief. I really let my guard down on this girl to let such a thing slip out. The fact seems to slightly amuse her. Now I wanted my tea to get cold, I finally start drinking it as Lily does the same. As I look over to the window over her shoulder, I notice the light coming into the room has a distinctly orange tint. Even here, time doesn't stand still. Huh, the time's gone quickly. Sorry? Right, she's blind, of course she can't see the sun setting. Just looks like the sun's starting to set. It seems to come as a surprise for her. I guess she must have lost track of the time.
Sorry, Yuzao. I didn't mean to keep you from the library for so long.
I quickly moved to allay her concern. No, it's okay. The library's still open, isn't it? She pauses and takes a moment to think on it. Probably something I should have asked Shune when I had the chance, but Lily seems to know in any case.
True, it's open until 6:30 during weekdays.
A quick glance at my watch confirms I have well enough time to get there.
I might get going in that case. It was nice talking to you for a few minutes.
She smiles and gives a deep nod, her hands still neatly folded on the table in front of her. I think that wraps up this episode. I'm glad to